Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. When you're tuned in, you're with Lady Business and Give It to the People Radio, where you're going to get enlightened, enhanced, empowered, and enriched. Make sure that you always tune in to Give It to the People Radio. And we're back. So if you are listening, this is Give It to the People, and we are live, and I have Dough Hyman with me today. So we're going to end this show on a high note. You like how I did that? Y'all don't even know about that. Segue with the Hyman. But yes, we're going to end it on a high note. And if you are watching live, thank you so much for tuning in, because we love to give it to the people these Sunday mornings. Now we're a month and 1 week, as officially today, into doing this on Sundays. And this gives me kind of like a great start to my week. So I just want to jump right in, Doug. We have seen your beautiful wife. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
She has given us all the life that we needed today. So much that we have to have her back for sure. And she done booked like 30 people. But you, and I described you as, you are like the modern day George Jefferson, okay?
Hey, we're trying to move on up.
All right, so I need you, because I wanted to ask this question, but I was like, okay, let me just wait. How old are you?
32.
And I knew it was 30-something,
Yeah.
right? And you own a dry cleaners.
Yeah, so that's one of our ventures. So serial entrepreneur, but our dry cleaner is Clean and Press for Less of Burlington and Chapel Hill. We service the surrounding counties. Also,
Are you pulling out a business card?
No.
What you got up in here?
I mean, you're official. So after being so inspired by being in the first Black-owned, woman-owned podcast studio, listening to all of your podcasts.
I'm going to throw gang signs to everything.
Yeah.
This is a gift certificate. Get your
What?
dress, get everything clean and pressed for less.
Do you know I
Come
stay
see
at
us.
the cleaners?
Come see us.
I got about like 20 pieces of clothes right now that need to go to the
Come
cleaners.
see us. We got you.
They'll take good care of you. They are very
We
good.
got
I'm
you.
not saying that because I'm biased, but they are very good.
Okay, wife is in the background talking like we're not recording, but it's okay. Look, she just having a good time. See, this is what happens. People get comfortable, right? See, and then she was
we at
like,
home.
no, but
Yeah.
then she said, Doug, don't be talking during my session, right? And then
Yeah.
she just all through your session.
yeah.
Okay, so I get a gift certificate. What y'all know about that? I'm going to
Yeah.
be clean and press less. Okay, I thought it was amazing, and I didn't know, but I knew it had to be 30-something. Okay, how is the question? Because you know people are going to want to know. So
Sure.
how did you open up a cleaners at 32 years old, and how long has it been open?
Okay, so so we actually have had the cleaners now for a year.
Okay.
It's been open for 13 years.
Okay.
It is a chain, so Burlington and Chapel Hill, and we service those surrounding areas. And so since we've had it, we've vertically integrated the cleaner. So we've done alterations, we've done wash and fold, and then we've also added commercial services. So we're actually growing the business very fast and loving what I'm seeing with the business and the investment that we put there. We also have another business, and we can talk about that, but we have a residential cleaning business, Mary Maids of York County. But as far as, the how, it goes back to my granddad, Alfonso, my grandma Lizzie, and then my aunt Glenda. They
You know there
raised
was
me.
some grandma names, though. He
Yeah.
said his granddad name is Alfonso.
Oh, that's my middle name.
Look,
You already
is
know.
it?
So if you got an Alfonso name, you can work hard.
You know, if your name is
you grind.
Alfonso, honey, you know
gotta
that's that
grind.
old school, that's that true religion back in the woods, honey. Where Alfonso at? You know, come on.
Yeah, so the way they raised
Granddaddy?
me, and and this is no hyperbole, but everyone I saw around me was an entrepreneur. So like my granddad,
That's amazing, though.
yeah, I grew up as a farm brat and a convenience store brat. So he raised me in those two businesses. And when I say I thought 6 days was a work week, so when I get to college, I'm like, oh, y'all only going to school class 3 days a week, and y'all resting? The other
Yeah.
4? Nah.
You didn't even know what to do with yourself.
I was working full time. I paid my way through school.
There you
so
go.
That helped. Paying my way through school because I didn't have some of the debt that other people have, saving that money, and then also investing in a home early. That helped because I had a different mindset with, okay, so have a family support, have at that time living house girlfriend to support, son to support. So all of
I'm
that.
sorry. I didn't even like the way he said that. If you are listening to this and you did not see, because the Facebook people got to see the wife beforehand and hear her story. So if you are just listening to this, you only hear his part, so you don't understand the whole context of it. He said he had a living girlfriend. Okay, she's a wife now.
Yeah,
all right. So if you're listening,
I upgraded.
okay, thank you. And you upgraded.
But
okay.
all of that really went into the foundation that I had to open the door for the business.
Okay.
Worked extremely hard in my 20s, did not rest in my 20s, saved a lot of money, was moving wherever the company asked me to move. I worked for a Fortune 15 company. I rose up to a middle manager, was promoted about every 2.5 years. I never said no. I'm very aggressive in my goals, but I looked at that opportunity in corporate before I got into corporate. I looked at that opportunity of me getting my accounting degree and getting a corporate job as an engine, so that I would have the money. I would have the money, the network, and the emotional intelligence to be able to run and grow a autonomous business.
Did you know then that you did definitely, because I mean, based on what you're saying, it was already bred into you to own a business. So you knew then that you wanted to own a business. And you know what? That just makes me even happier that you said that you have an accounting degree. So I know you be counting, because his wife likes to shop. And we did have a discussion. Loves. I shouldn't even say like. But no, we had a discussion on the first time that I met them, and she was just like, she be trying to hide her Amazon boxes.
For sure.
So, but I mean, I think that that's one of the biggest things, is that you being that type of person allowed you to be successful in business, because you make sure everything is where it needs to be.
Oh yeah.
Come on, accountant.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but do you hire an accountant to do your own books?
I do.
Okay.
I do. And so the reason I do that is for oversight. And so I have an accounting degree, so I can watch my accountant. And so I want to be able to know the advice that he's giving me is legit advice. I think that's a big thing. You want to have other people other than just yourself making all the shots. I'm in business and outside of corporate America so that I can do what I like to do, not what I have to do.
And that is, we talked about that before too, that it's honestly a privilege. So there's actually going to be an episode of Real Ass Affirmations coming out really shortly. And actually, since you said that, I'm probably going to put it out tomorrow because it talks about a quote from Lena Waithe, where she said it's a privilege to live your dreams. And I think that most people don't even understand that. And so you being able to pay for college yourself, you being able to then open up this business and not just have one, but have two. And then so it's the location in Burlington and the location in Chapel Hill.
Exactly.
Which are really then two separate businesses, okay?
Exactly.
And then still have the Maid Service business.
Yes.
What made you even jump into that when you already had the cleaners?
I mentioned a little bit earlier, vertical integration. And so what you look at in terms of, businesses should be ecosystems. And I'm somebody, like I said, I'm very, very competitive. Growing up, with my grandparents and my aunt, the way they raised me was to always have that foresight of where you're going. And so even back then, I knew that I would be a serial entrepreneur. Like people talking about, I want to be a fireman, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor. Oh no, I'm going to be a boss. The boss, right?
There you go. The man.
And so, what I look at is when you have a business, once you get to a point where that business is you have a system set up where that business can be autonomous, then you have to look at, okay, how can you take the system and apply it to other businesses? Because you're not always going to be profitable every day of the week. And so when that one business may take a loss on a day, then the other one can help pick up, right? And so you're always, having that set income that's coming in so that you can do what you want to do. But, just having that idea of, okay, a one-stop shop. So when you look at like a retail shopping center, they have a certain amount of businesses. So they won't allow, 2 podcast studios probably to go in the same shopping center.
Which they shouldn't.
Right.
And it's just logical. So you want to do things that complement each other, but then it could be something that's totally, completely different. But since it's multiple in that area, then it makes sense too. So when you talk about this, you chose to do franchising. And was that because there was already a system in place?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So franchising, it comes down to if you want to build it from the ground up, or you want to take a system that somebody has already spent time on and that will work based upon your skill set. And so, we picked dry cleaning we picked residential cleaning because it's a nice complement to dry cleaning.
Yeah.
And the personal services all go together, and the customers are similar customers. And
they'll trust you in their house. If they give you their clothes and, then the natural progression is, oh, did you know that we do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that was the goal.
Okay, I love that. And now one of the things that I could say is house cleaning is always going to be a need. And then just, and I'm sure that it's probably changed over the years, but if there's a house cleaning business, that means that usually usually rich people. That's how we look at it, right?
Yeah.
People with money are going to do those kind of things, but I think that it's also now where it's just people are busy, and so they want to do it. Are most of your customers that are doing that, like just busy people, and they need you to clean like once a week, once a month, or how does that usually work?
So we do, one of the things we looked at was the demographics of where we were putting the residential cleaning. We wanted it to, have a high amount of income, $100,000 in households, $100,000 and plus.
That's exactly,
so a lot of the homes that we see are, 3,000 plus square feet. But the majority of the people are people like you and I that are millennials that are probably.
First of all, I'm not a millennial, but you better give me that little melanin. You better give me that melanin. Yes.
But they're people that are busy professionals, busy parents that they don't want to have to come home and stay up to 1:00 a.m. to trying to clean their home. They rather outsource that. Yeah. And so going back to what you mentioned about Shaquita and Amazon, that's something that I saw. She was outsourcing her shopping because she didn't want to spend time doing that, and she's also trying to hide it from me.
I was like, is she really outsourcing her shopping? I like the way he said that, though. That's what I'm going to tell my husband. Well, I'm outsourcing my shopping. It's really important for the business. Oh, no, I love that. That was a great way to say that. It was so elegant, right? I'm outsourcing my shopping.
Outsourcing it. Yeah.
Yeah, because then you don't have to go out. They just bring it to you, and it does make it much more easy and convenient. Yeah.
But the majority are people that are busy.
Yes.
That's the majority. It's not people that are balling out of control that have
that's what I figured.
8,000 square foot mansions. It's not that.
Which does make a difference because that means it's a little bit more everyday person, and that means that maybe it's not as much money as the person that is balling out of control because they have the bigger space. Exactly. But is it a more constant kind of thing because nobody wants to clean up?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Now, do you have other people that then go do the cleaning? Because I can't imagine that you have time to run 2 cleaners and go clean anybody's place.
Have a very solid team.
Okay.
They are amazing. All I get is positive feedback about the cleanings that they do, and I sing their praises 120%, and that's important because they're 2 hours away, so I have to be able to trust what they're doing.
That they're going to go to work, do the job, and not have to have little micromanagement over top of them also.
Exactly, but we have a system in place to where we can run that business remotely. We do go down there a lot. We probably have been to Charlotte. It's in the Charlotte area, but we probably have been down there to York County, South Carolina, 25 times this year.
Oh, wow.
Minimum. And that may be a little ball.
No, but then that's like almost at least every other, when you look at that, it's 52 weeks in a year, so every other week almost.
Exactly.
That's a lot, though.
It's a lot, yeah.
That's a lot. But, if it's worth it, then it does make sense. Because how long does it take you to get there? That would be
just
my
2
question.
hours.
Okay, then that's not bad. That's not bad. So then this way you kind of get to go home and see family and do a little work and then come back, which means every trip is a business trip also.
Exactly.
Okay, write those off on those what? Taxes. Yes. Okay, and that makes sense. This is now officially our first time that we have ever gone over, okay, because I know it's past 10 o'clock, but I'm sure that you guys are still watching and still looking, so I have a couple more questions, so I'm going to just go ahead and ask my couple more questions. So what's next? Because if you're a serial entrepreneur, you're not going to be able to stop, and I know it's something else that you want to conquer, so what's the next thing that you feel like you want to do?
Yeah, so I think for me, one of the biggest passions that I have going into 2020 and even in 2019 is just helping other entrepreneurs open doors. And so consulting other entrepreneurs that are trying to get off of the ground, because I can guarantee you somebody is out there right now that's listening that has an idea that probably could rival Steve Jobs and Zuckerberg and all these startups, but they just don't have the know-how or they don't have the courage to step out on faith. And so business consulting, helping businesses that, or helping entrepreneurs get started, and then helping new entrepreneurs that are 2 years or less that need that encouragement, need that direction to get to the next level. So consulting entrepreneurs is
I think you could even niche it even more than that, even though I love what you just said, but there are people that want to specifically start franchises.
For sure.
And there are people that have probably failed at franchises, and I think that's probably why you and Irvin probably get along so well.
That's my guy.
Because Irvin, he used to run some Quiznos, so he's had some franchises too. So just that insight and that that know-how, it's not the same thing as you just starting everything from scratch. So
Exactly.
they give you a system, but it's still people that fail at it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you focus even in the franchise area, I think that would be wonderful, because
sure.
I think people want to start them, but I mean, it's the main things you need are credit and money. Like you don't have to have a big vision. Somebody already had the vision.
Right.
You just need to walk this plan out, but you can't get it if you don't have good credit and money.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
because it's like, okay, well, you want this, but where's your coins?
Mm-hmm.
And that all of that makes, a good sense. So I think even that background and that just know-how of specifically franchising,
Mm-hmm.
that would be something awesome to be able to do. I love it. Come on, beautiful Black people out here just being successful. Oh my goodness, it just makes me so happy. So where can people find you online?
They can find us online, cleanpressforless.com.
Is a 4 in that?
Yes, there's
Number
a four,
four.
number 4 in that.
Because you got to tell them that, otherwise they'll be typing in FOR, FOUR.
Yeah, not faux like brother man.
Like faux.
FOR,
Like faux. Okay.
And then also at cleanpress_4less on Instagram and Facebook. And then also marymaids.com and at Mary Maids of YC. So that's York County, Mary Maids of YC on Instagram.
Yes. Okay. So these beautiful Black people, they're going to have to come back, because it's just so much to talk about. And even in trying to do a short segment, we just need to give them their whole own 2 hours probably, because I mean it's just so much, and then we could just bring the whole crew in. So for everybody that's watching, I just want to say a couple of things. I do want to let you know that there's a commercial. I don't even know if it came up yet. I think it did, about the CPAs. It should have came up before we did this one. And so we are going to be doing something this Tuesday that is going to be at the Access Center, and so it's for CPAs, bookkeepers, and accountants only. And we would love for you guys to come out to that, because we're doing these Access meetups to really focus on certain demographics that we want to be able to expose the clients that we work with to. And people always ask for a bookkeeper, a CPA, or an accountant. So therefore, that's the first one that we're doing. So if you can come out to that, that's going to be from 11 to 1. In addition to that, we are going to be doing the intro to proposal writing. So if you are a nonprofit or thinking about starting one, or if you're the type of person who wants to write grant applications for other people because maybe you want to be a grant writer, then that's going to be on the 18th. And so that's sponsored by Real Glow Getters Collab, and then also the Greensboro Public Library and GTCC Small Business Center. And so feel free to go online and look for any of these things. You can go to my Instagram at Chisa Pennix-Brown, click the link in the bio, and all of these things are listed there. You can also go to ladybusiness.com, and then you can find out about whatever you're looking for, and you can go on the Facebook page too, and then you'll be able to find these events. And finally, don't forget that the 11th Annual Small Business Summit is coming up on January 10th. It is going to be from 8 to 5. This will be the first year that I am fully, completely taken over. So let me pull my bling out. So it's the first year that I'm fully taken over, which makes me amazingly, exceedingly abundantly happy. But this year we're going to have some great mentors. So expect starting tomorrow that you'll see us starting to announce the mentors that we'll have, because over the year when people ask for different things and they're saying what they want, my thing is to be able to provide that. We've never done like live mentoring at the thing. So Doug, you might need to do that. Shaquita, you might need to do that too. And then we're also going to have it where if people want to file to get their EIN numbers, their hub certification, and any of the certifications that they need as far as with the county and the city, they'll be able to do that live there. And we just have some amazing things that are going to be happening. So we'll have some like live bloggers there. We'll have some live podcasts happening there. It's going to be bigger than it's ever been. So January 10th, 2020, I don't want to hear anything. This is the day for you to take off of work. Okay. All right. And this is the day for you to be in the place. We provide breakfast, lunch, all of that. And so let me just say in advance, just in case, if you vegan, gluten-free, all of that, you might need to bring your own food, because we don't have time to be providing all of these things for everybody, okay? It'll probably be a little piece of salad there, but don't be mad that we don't have a million things out there, because we're talking about serving over 200 people, okay? So I'm just telling you, because I don't want you to come up here with your dietary restrictions, okay? Just bring your own stuff if you feel like you need it. And I'm just saying that in advance, all right? And that's real. It's just real talk. But it is a great day, and we already have a bunch of people that are signed on. So Elon Law Clinic will be there, the IRS, BLNC from North Carolina, Carolina, the Department of Revenue. We have SCORE will be there, SBTDC, PTAC. So there will be a bunch of people, and I'm saying all these acronyms, but you can check on the event on Facebook. Stuff will be put in there, and we're going to start announcing our mentors tomorrow. So this way you'll be able to actually get some live mentoring at the event. So now that you have a host of great things to see, great things to come to, just know that we're planning some amazing stuff for you for 2020, and I expect you to be in the place. I don't want to hear any excuses. So see you soon. If you're listening, thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure that you always show up and show out and continue to give it to the people. And if you're watching, then please share this after this is over in your groups, on your own pages, so that this way more people can see it, because the goal here is to really expose it to more people, and that means all you got to do is share it. Just press that share button and let other people see. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for listening to Give It to the People Radio. Make sure that you follow us online at ladybusiness.com, LadyBusiness. We look forward to helping you grow, sustain, and maintain your business.